Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am here with my weekly haul. So, this week's haul is a little bit bigger than they have been in the past. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. So, the first thing I picked up last week, my friend Jennifer messaged me on Instagram because she saw that FragranceBuy.ca had these Atlier Dior's fragrances, and they had Lune Feline, and it was a really good price. It was like in the $140 range or something, so I went ahead and grabbed it because this is one that it's been super hyped up here on YouTube, and I've just been really curious about it. I do wish that I had just gone ahead and purchased a decant of it at some point, because then I probably would not have purchased the full bottle. This is what the bottle looks like, or the packaging. It's in this really pretty box. Not to say that I don't like this. This is a gorgeous fragrance. Vanilla fragrances are my absolute favorite, which is why I just went ahead and blind bought it, because I knew it was a vanilla fragrance. And this is the pretty bottle with all the gold flakes in it. Gorgeous cap. It's got this gorgeous sunburst on the back. I adore this bottle. I just think it's gorgeous. And the fragrance, do not get me wrong, is really, really beautiful. I really, really love it. And this is like magic on the skin. This is one of those fragrances that like totally transforms from the time that you spray it on until the deep dry down. It is a complete experience. And I really, really do love it. However, I don't think I needed a full bottle of it. I probably could have gotten away with a 10 ml decant of this and would have been just fine. In the bottle, this has like a burnt rubber smell to it. So in the bottle, this does have like a burning smell to it, like a burnt rubber smell to it, which does translate onto the skin for the first like 10 to 15 minutes. And then it dries down to this really, really gorgeous, smoky, creamy vanilla fragrance. And I do really, really enjoy it, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is a must-have, that you need to run out and buy it. You know, if you are like me and vanilla fragrances are some of your favorites, then I would definitely say it's worth picking up. But if you're just kind of like about vanilla fragrances, like maybe they're not your favorite, you like them but they're not your favorite, then I would say, you know, you don't need this in your life. It's a very expensive bottle of perfume. It's been incredibly hyped up, and I'm not saying it's not worth the hype. It's definitely beautiful, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like you could probably find something else that smells like it for probably half the price. So anyways, I'm glad I have it in my collection, but basically what I'm trying to say is I don't feel like you need to run out and buy it unless you wanted to. So anyways, that is Atlier Dior's Lune Feline. That is the first thing I picked up. Okay, and then with that came this little, this is a Tiziana Terenzi fragrance, and this is called Orza. This I could smell right away, even in the box. It has that very strong metallic musk fragrance to it, so I knew right away I wasn't gonna like it. However, I know that my mom likes these kinds of fragrances, so I'm gonna pass this along to her. This is green apple, Calabrian mandarin, red plum from Romagna. Yeah, Romagna. Coconut, raspberry, blackberry, Mexican magnolia, and Himalaya orchid. Indian jasmine, Bulgarian rose, and lily of the valley. Ambergris, Australian sandalwood, benzoin, white musk, Madagascan vanilla, and caramel. It is a beautiful, sweet berry caramel fragrance. I did spray it on my skin just to test it, to see if that metallic musk note hung around, and it definitely did. So I couldn't wear this, but this had a really beautiful sweetness to it that I really like. So yeah, I'm going to pass this one on to my mom. Again, that is Tiziana Terenzi Orza. The next one I picked up is a Dior fragrance, and this is called Village of Karaoltak. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but this is basically their version of Penhaligon's Helfeti. I've never actually smelled Halfeti before, but I know Dior usually does a pretty darn good job of duping fragrances. So I imagine that this smells just like it. This is really nice. This one leans pretty masculine. It's got a pretty strong leather note in it, which I don't love. I really don't love leather, but there's something about this that is like addictive. It's like hard to stop smelling. I don't know what it is. So this is grapefruit, bergamot, green notes, armoire, cypress, cumin, nutmeg, violet, saffron, rose, jasmine, muguet, leather, oud, amber, resins, tonka, vanilla, and sandalwood. There's something just incredibly addicting about this. Again, leans pretty masculine, has a pretty strong leather note in it, and you can also smell the cumin, which I know a lot of people do not like cumin in fragrance. So if you don't, you would not like this because you can smell it. You also can smell the saffron very loud and clear. Again, saffron can be challenging, but there's something about this. This is one that I will probably hang on to more to smell it out of the bottle than to actually spray it on myself. This would be one that I would wear probably not around other people because I don't think that this would be one that people would like to smell. But I do really love it. So that is Village of Karaoltak by Dior Fragrances. Okay, the next one, actually I'm going to go over the next two together because I bought these on Mercari. They were in a little bundle. She was selling them for $15 for both of them. I actually bought it for this. I really wanted this DKNY Delicious Night. I've been wanting this fragrance for quite a while now, and when I saw it in this little bundle for $15, I just went ahead and grabbed it. What is funny is, little did I know that I would fall in love with this one, which is Burberry London for her, way more than this one. So let's talk about Burberry London her first. This is the one with that fabric little sleeve on it. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous warm floral. This reminds me a lot of Versace Parfum. I did test them. I sprayed them side by side to see if they were similar or like how similar they are. And they are quite similar. They have a lot of differences to them, but they are quite similar. They both end up being just this really beautiful warm floral, but the Burberry London is even warmer, and I adore it. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay. So London is rose, honeysuckle, tangerine, jasmine, tiare flower, peony, woods, and musk. It's just a beautiful, warm, white floral fragrance. If you like white florals, you would really like it. It's feminine. It's just beautiful. I've worn this a couple times since I picked it up, and it's only like that full, so it's definitely not a full bottle. It's definitely about a quarter of the way full still, which is plenty for me. If I run out of this, I'll just buy another bottle, but I'm really excited that I got that one because I wasn't expecting to even think much of it when I got it, even though I should have known. I love Burberry fragrances, but yeah, it's just funny that here I was thinking this was going to be the one that I loved, and I ended up falling in love with this one. So that is Burberry London for her. And then let's talk about the DKNY Delicious Night. So this one, these actually smell kind of similar. This one is a little bit darker. It's a little bit, it's got like a little bit more of an edge to it than the Burberry London, but it still does smell quite similar. This is not my favorite. This one I will probably use as like a bedtime fragrance. I'll spray it on to go to bed. And it's not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just, it's kind of generic smelling. Really, that's what it boils down to. There's nothing special about it. There's nothing groundbreaking or great about it. So this is frosted pomelo, ginger, blackberry, freesia, martini, which I'm not sure what that means, orchid, jasmine, iris, amber, frankincense, myrrh extract, patchouli, and vetiver. And I think that that's what it is it ends up coming off to me like a fruit patchouli. And I'm not the biggest fan of fruit julies, so I think that that's what it is. But this one, I will say, smells a lot better on the skin in the dry down than it does in the bottle or when you first spray it on. So yeah, I like this. It's perfectly fine, but I really fell in love with that Burberry a whole lot more. So that is DKNY Delicious Night. Okay, the next one I picked up is an absolute unicorn for me that I finally found, and I am over the moon. I'm so happy to finally have this, and that is Christian Dior Hypnotic Poison. This is the original formulation. This bottle is from 2003, and I have been wanting a bottle of this for so long, but trying to find a bottle for a reasonable price is like crazy. And of course you're going to run into that dilemma of, are you going to buy a vintage bottle that hasn't been stored properly and it doesn't smell good anymore, or it's gone off, or it's been stored in the sunlight, or you just don't know. So I took a chance with this one because I found it on Mercari. Somebody was selling it. I think I ended up paying $35 for it, which it's about a third of the way full, so I think that's a completely fair price. And this is a 1.7 ounce bottle. And it smells fresh as can be. I mean, you would never know that this bottle of perfume is like 17 years old. It smells amazing, and this smells to me almost exactly what my last bottle of Hypnotic Poison smelled like. And my last bottle was probably like a 2008 formulation. So the 2003 to the 2008, there wasn't a huge jump, but unfortunately from the 2008 version that I had to the new formulation that I have, which is the most recent formulation, it's just really gone downhill. It's not, the new formulation it's still nice, don't get me wrong. I still love it, but it doesn't last any time at all on the skin. And there's something just so stunning about the original formulation. It's more almond than it is anise, and the newest formulation is more anise than it is almond. The newest formulation ends up smelling like root beer, and the old formulation isn't like that. This just smells like beautiful powdery almonds. It's got that slight black licorice smell to it. It's just gorgeous. It's just softer. It's so much more nuanced than the new formulation. I just adore it. I'm so, so happy to finally have this. So Hypnotic Poison is apricot, plum, coconut, tuberose, jasmine, lily of the valley, rose, Brazilian rosewood, caraway, sandalwood, almond, vanilla, and musk. I'm so happy to finally have this. So that is Hypnotic Poison from Christian Dior, the 2003 formulation. Okay, the next thing I picked up, this was an accident. So I just did a huge perfume haul. I'm going to be filming that probably on Saturday. But when I tell you it's huge, I mean it's like 25 bottles huge. And while I was putting that haul together, like shopping for it, I came across Guerlain, it was Shalimar, but it was the cologne, like Shalimar, like cologne, Shalimar or Shalimar cologne, if I'm saying that correctly. And so I was like, you know what, before I buy a full bottle of this, let me just get a decant. Well, when I was shopping for a decant, I accidentally bought Guerlain Eau de Shalimar, which is a completely different perfume. And this one is really, really hard to find. The Eau de Shalimar, it's not the same as the cologne. So anyways, this is Eau de Shalimar, and this is freaking gorgeous. This has a lime note in it, like a very, very prominent lime note in it. And now I wish that this one was easy to find, because I would totally buy a bottle of it, but unfortunately it's really hard to find a bottle. But if any of you have tried the cologne formulation, definitely let me know. I would love to know if it's good, if it's worth picking up, because this one's really nice though, because I really do want to know, or I will just find a decant of it. But Eau de Shalimar is orange, bergamot, lime, rose, jasmine, vanilla, iris, and resin. And I smell lime. Like, it's wild. It's like Shalimar with a huge dose of lime. Ugh, it's beautiful. So anyways, that is Guerlain Eau de Shalimar. The next thing I picked up is a TJ Maxx find, and I found this in a set. It came with a mini. This is Chloe Nomad, and here's this cute little mini that it came with in this set. And I found this set for $21.99. I could not believe it. I just blind bought it because it was such a good price, and I typically love Chloe perfumes. And this is no exception. This is gorgeous. When I first sprayed this on, I thought for sure that it had lavender in it. I had read a lot of reviews from people saying, and this has been quite a while ago that I read these reviews because I looked this up quite a while ago, but I remember it got really mixed reviews, and a lot of people said that it smelled very masculine. And so when I first sprayed this on myself, I thought for sure that it had like a lavender note in it, but it doesn't. Oh, but it's so gorgeous. It does lean slightly masculine, but it still smells very feminine to me. I really love it. I just think it's such a gorgeous fragrance. So Chloe Nomad is Mirabelle Plum, Freesia, Rose, and Oak Moss. There are more notes in this, but that's what they had listed on Fragrantica. It's gorgeous. Slightly sweet. It's a little bit powdery. It's just beautiful. It's a Chypre style fragrance. I just love it. So anyways, that is Chloe Nomad. Okay, the next thing I picked up is another Mercari find, and I've been curious about David Yurman perfumes. I've had people suggest David Yurman perfumes to me off and on over, the last year and a half or so. And I've never really come across them, but this was really inexpensive. I think I picked this up for like $15 for all of these, and I thought that would be a great way to give them a test. So this has 4 different fragrances in it. It has Exotic Essence, Delicate Essence, Fresh Essence, and Summer Essence. I have not really had a chance to give these any kind of a test. I did spray them kind of on my hands here and there, but I don't think that I could really, give you any kind of opinion yet, except for on this one. So this is the exotic one, and this is Mandarin, Casablanca Lily, Rose, Patchouli, Exotic Woods, Musk, Peach, Creamy Vanilla, Amber, and Sandalwood. And this would be beautiful if it just didn't have that peach note in it. I really, really dislike peach in a fragrance if it's not done well. And to me, in my opinion, it's not done well in this fragrance. It's sickening, it's cloying, it's kind of like an artificial peach fragrance. It's not good. It reminds me of the peach in the original Burberry, like just the original Burberry that I used to wear like as a signature way back in the early 2000s. And it's been reformulated, and the peach note in it now is so sickening to me, and that's what this smells like. It's got that same kind of peach note in it, so the exotic is a no-go for me. However, it gets better from there. The next one is Delicate Essence, which is the pink one, and this one's really pretty. Nothing groundbreaking at all, very run-of-the-mill, very crowd-pleasing, easy to wear, but I would probably not buy a full bottle of this for any reason. Let's see, this is Pink Pepper, Lotus Flower, Orange Blossom, Peony, Wild Rose, Rose Absolute, Amber, Skin Musk, and Blonde Woods. I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's nice. It's super safe, easy to wear. Could very easily be blind bought, and people would probably love it. I'm glad I have the little, what is this, 7.5 ml? These are little 7.5 ml bottles, so, and they're sprayers, which I adore. But yeah, I'm glad to have the little 7.5 ml bottle, but I probably wouldn't purchase a full bottle of that. The next one is the Fresh Essence, and this is apples, cassis, red fruits, fresh greens, rose, peony, water lily, musk, cashmere, and cedar. Again, nothing groundbreaking, kind of run-of-the-mill smelling. Super safe, easy to wear. It smells fresh, clean. It's nice. I mean, it's perfectly fine. And the last one is Summer Essence, and this one is apple blossom, pear, peach, hyacinth, lily of the valley, orchid, musk, sandalwood, and amber. This is probably my favorite of all of them. This has that beautiful sandalwood note in it, which I love. I love sandalwood. And this is a beautiful, light, airy, easy to wear, kind of sandalwoody type fragrance. It still has that fruitiness in the top though. It's nice. This is my favorite, like I say, out of the 4. So yeah, those are 4 of the David Yurman perfumes. I'm glad that I picked that up for really inexpensive and was able to give those a test. Then the last 2 are, I was not able to look these up. So this one is Catherine Malandrino Romance de Provence. And this was another Mercari find. It was really inexpensive, so I just picked it up just to pick it up, I guess. This is like a La Vie Belle type fragrance. This one has a little bit more of, yeah, it has a little bit more of a creaminess to it. It's got less patchouli. It's a little bit softer. It's not so sweet. It's really pretty. It's like a La Vie Belle, but like a toned down, softer, fuzzier La Vie Belle. So yeah, I'm not sure what the notes are in this because, like I say, I wasn't able to find it. But it's pretty. I mean, I think I paid like 15 bucks for it, and I'm perfectly happy with that. So, really pretty one. Catherine Malandrino, Romance de Provence. And last but not least, you guys, holy cow. Okay, so I picked up a carded sample of Memo's Winter Palace. And I picked this up so that I could tell you whether or not it really is a dupe for the Brocard My Cup of Tea 5 o'clock, because this can be found on eBay. You do have to order it from Russia because it is an actual Russian house. And you are going to have to wait like a month to 2 months to get it. However, I am so glad that I picked up this Memo because I can very happily tell you that these are so similar. Now, as I always say, I don't feel like a dupe can ever be 100% exactly like what it's duping, because there are just nuances that you're not going to be able to pick up. And the deep dry down of these it's different. There's something about the Memo, and in fact I like this one better because, yeah, I had them on. Yeah, I prefer I prefer the Brocard just a little bit over the Memo, and the Brocard actually lasted longer on my skin than the Memo did. So let me tell you what is in Memo. This is oil of grapefruit, dry amberwood accord, oil of bergamot, benzoin, citrus, labdanum absolute, oil of orange, styrax, tolu resinoid, vanilla extract, red tea accord, musk accord, tonka bean absolute, oil of lemon, and oil of mate. So yeah, it's just beautiful. They're both, like if you just want to get the experience of Winter Palace, this one will totally give you the same experience. It isn't until the very deep dry down that they really start smelling different. And the only real difference is this one is a little bit less powdery than this one. This one has a little bit more of like a woodiness going on to it. It's a little bit sharper smelling in the deep dry down, whereas this one is just beautiful, fuzzy, well-rounded, citrusy, sweet. It retains all of those kind of characteristics, where this one really changes into something completely different than it was when you first sprayed it on. Which I don't mind at all, but I just love how this retains that beautiful, yummy, tea and lemon cookies and powdery goodness. And this one lasts way longer. So anyways, I just thought that I would pick this up so I could let you know if it was anything like if the brocard was anything like this. And I am very happy to report that yes, you will definitely have the same experience. So anyways, guys, that is my weekly haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.